Hello, world. It is Tuesday, March 1st, 2022, and looking out the window at Defiance, it's kind of overcast today, but at least this morning anyway, and it's going to be close to 50 degrees today. And I think this weekend I thought I saw temperatures in the 60s, or it goes back to more normal early March temperatures in the 40s. The devotion for today is entitled Seed Salvation, written by Mary Ludy. And Mary bases her devotion upon the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 31 through 32, New Revised Standard Version. Jesus put before them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that someone sowed in his field. It is the smallest of all seeds, but when it has grown, it is the greatest of shrubs and becomes a tree, so that the birds of the air come and make nests in its branches. And Mary writes, when I came home from college Christmas break my freshman year, I was smarter and wiser than when I'd left home 3 months earlier. It was amazing how much more sophisticated I'd become. My parents weren't as impressed when I launched into a passionate speech at dinner about the system and the culpable complicity of bourgeois people like us in all bad things everywhere. I said us, but I meant them. They felt it. My father argued heatedly, point by point. That was his way. I got it from him. My mother was quiet, but I could tell she wanted to stop, which proved my point. They never get the big picture. They had their heads in the sand. When it was over, I could feel my face burning, part righteous indignation, part, I don't know, shame. My father left for the backyard. A kid he'd coached in cross-country years earlier was coming to see him. He'd show up at our house whenever he was in trouble. Bad family situation, struggles with school and purpose. He wasn't the only one. God gave them time. My mother made up a plate for the old lady next door for whom she was unofficial caretaker. Doing her shopping, schlepping to the doctors, the library, the bank. This was the third old lady on our block she'd seen through their later lives, especially the hardest years at the end. I went back to school to keep reading about how to save the world. Mary's Prayer. Good Jesus, save me and save the world, small seed by small seed, backyard talk by backyard talk, plate by offered plate. Amen. Well, for me, as I read this devotion, I thought of the fact that sometimes we can't see the forest for the trees. There's so much that we can do in our day-to-day lives to relieve the burdens of others, to help them through life. And that's contributing to building God's kingdom on earth as it is in heaven. And yes, there are great big issues that we need to work on and need to be cognizant of, but we can't lose sight of the simple things, the day-to-day things that we can do each and every day. And all of us are capable of doing something to help this world become a better place and be a better place. So don't look down upon those who may be doing simpler things than you, or seem to be ignoring the larger issues. They're still working on them, each in their own way. But again, we can't lose sight of the larger issues and continue to work to resolve those as well. Thanks, and I hope you have a good day, and hope to talk to you tomorrow.